We are back. It is still about, it's not time for a new flex slot to open up, so we were going to do another adventure here in Tomb of Annihilation. So we're going to dive into the Templars camp with some regular music, some rather regular bardic inspiration, and maybe this will be the run where I remember to save my phone. I just can't. Apparently. I've been reminded multiple times, and it just hasn't happened. It just hasn't happened. Alright. Away we go. Hey, Chaos. Alright, so I don't have enough gems for a gold chest. Silvers are waiting for I don't know. Some other time when we need some gold on a run, I guess. And the Electrums are waiting for the new champion that we'll unlock later today. So we're just into pushing real good. No, not really. I mean, we just need to we're going to get to 150 and we're going to bounce. We're not going to do a deep favor run. We're up to looking at the wrong number, 347 EO8 favor. We're going to need a lot more than that. We're going to need a bigger favor boat. Wait. That wasn't in that one. Hey, Dance Lover. Hey, Dance Lover. Now there are some more combinations. If, that channel doesn't want to work for me. Well, I guess it'll work eventually. There's also a Reddit Q&A up today. Let me go see what it's got going on too. Oh, now it's working. Okay, let's get these. Control click. Just hold down the control. Click on the cryptex. You only have to do it the first time after you start your client, and then it will do these external animations real quick, like it just flies over, right? Boom. If only it did all of this part faster too. That'd be great. Be great. Ooh, a storyteller chest. Nice. This was from Mars. This is the reward from Mars's anniversary show. Awesome. With a potion of polish. Wow. Fancy. To be fair, I think on my most recent anniversary, I gave away Briv. I gave away Briv, so, So, yeah. I think it's fair that he can give away a gold storyteller chest and a potion of polish. That's probably fine. You had a Lyra sighting. Wow. I will have to go watch the VOD. I was not awake in time. Deacon Celeste, Calliope, Birdsong, and Tyrrell. I'm not going to have Deacon or Birdsong anytime soon, so I'm going to go ahead and just pop this for potential gear for someone. Hey, Tyrrell's Damage All Champions. Excellent. We got a blue from it. If I thought I was going to have Deacon or Birdsong anytime in the near future, I would have saved it and used it then. And used it then. Bum, bum, bum. I don't know what I would use to... Wait, did I polish? I did. A natural haste. I'm probably going to save that for like... So my first time gate, my first manual time gate, because we do have some pieces, I want to be either Human or Krull, and I'm actually leaning towards Krull currently. And if I do pick up Krull, I just think that's really good. Like, really good timing would be, I'm in Tomb, I pick up Krull. And if I do that, then with a Potion of Polish, I would want to put that on Krull's Pilfer item. Just for all the gold in the world. That would be the best use of it. If I go with Human instead, because Human, I think Krull would go 6 and would give us a second slot, a second champion in 6. Human would be a third champion at 8, so I think Human's a little lower on the priority. If I were to keep it for Human, it would go on the eggs, right? The slot 4. But I think the first time gate champion, it just makes more sense because you already have a second and 8. The first one should be. I'll get it. I will get it here for me. That's another reason why I don't go Human first as a time gate, because we've already got 2 here. Briv puts 2 here with Calliope normally, and then you can crawl for 6 for the 2nd and 6. And that's just a good. I feel like that's a good early game flow. Hey, Shevik. Obviously, it depends on what you've gotten out of a natural time gate or out of an event. Like in this case, I mean, I still did Briv, but we already had Dadia's, so... But still, Briv. Briv was available, I got Briv. Okay, well, I'm going to look at the Reddit Q&A. Next week, in celebration of 50 years of Dungeons & Dragons, we have some classic art familiars coming to the game. Interesting. So new familiars, and they're done in the more traditional arts, like a classic art style, like from, I guess, maybe like the original game? I don't know. We'll see. I guess it's got a preview up on socials. The spoiler for the next champion in the event that starts in April, April's event, is we gotta hand it to this champion. They're gonna be great. There's an inside joke there. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Idron, I mean, he would be pretty handy. No, it's not Thing from the Addams Family. Looks like that's the only thing they plan to do for the 50th birthday of celebrating the 50th birthday of D&D, I guess. Hang on. It's just the classic art familiars. No, downvote. Downvote. Someone asked, they're like, I'd love to see some other YouTube D&D champions make it into the game, like Barradoon and the Dickheads. Well, first off, let's just talk about how that might be. Just because of their name alone, might be questionable to get them into a game that's kind of somewhat all ages. Wow, they really didn't. They didn't think about. They didn't care about that. Clearly, they didn't care about their name. They went for edgy. They got it. I might just edge them right out of games like this, right? Adam's Family affiliation, full crossover. I mean, I would love it. Quite frankly, I don't think that's where they're going. Hey, Dice. Someone's like, they're like, any thoughts on UI improvements or hints to help players see like certain things? And Sean's reply is like a Clippy style thing, and I'm like, or hear me out, and hear me out, Sortle the Bard. I gotta get it in. Gotta get it in. Oh, that's funny. All right, we're gonna actually. I don't know why I put Magus in. We want to put Dritz in early for the extra gold find that another drow in the party gives to a Jarlaxle. That's what we're doing here. We're not going to be leaving Dritz in when we actually get to pushing. Okay. Yeah, no, that's about it. That's about it. Nothing major in the community Q&A. No, J-Dog. That's no. No. Like I don't know why they don't have any more skins or any more feats. Skins may just be that maybe that creator's like, no, I like them the way they are. Honestly, that you have to get that approval when it's a creator-based champion. You don't, you don't get to just make whatever skin you want for that champion. They have to be okay with it. Yeah. So, but I feel like Talon probably needs a bit of a rework. Like I think that kind of stuff would have come in a season, and now that's not happening. So at some point, maybe they make it on the list for a rework champion in an event. But I don't. I mean, they're functional. I think they're solidly functional, but they do need, a bit more. I don't know, Dragon Magazine used to have D&D stats for pop culture figures. I mean, I've seen screenshots of that on the internet, but yeah, I've seen screenshots, just like this is how this would work, maybe. But yeah, I never read Dragon Magazine, so. Hey, Ricardoso. $475. Well, getting close. I get anxious. It's like I get a reward soon. I get a reward soon. So a little later, we will unlock another flex slot, which I guess is something we could try to think about. So again, I've ruled out Strix because we already have a swap in 11. I ruled out Tatiana because we already have a swap in 8. I've ruled out Miria because we're going to unlock Azaka soon for 12. Again, I'm working towards split the party with my choices. So it's either Regis, Cathris, Rosie, or Alindra. I think I'm ruling out Alindra because I want to pick up Krull, and that's the same slot. So Rosie would be slot 10. Regis is slot 2, and Cathris is slot 1. So 1, 2, and 10, all viable options for another champion to help get us towards split the party. And I'll need to pick 2 out of those 3. Alcori is a ways in. I should have... Well, yeah, Alcori is a ways in. So maybe that puts Rosie at the bottom of the list. But Alcori is a ways from now. Okay, so let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I get this one with Krull? 5. 6. I already have this one. And we'll have Azaka here. So 6. I've got 6 slots I need to fill. Giggity. Giggity. So if this is Krull, if this is a time gate for Krull, we can get 2 more out of those 6. Then that would probably happen. We'd have a natural time gate that we have no control over. And then I feel like the next event will happen before we get Alcoria. So let's look at what's the next event. Oh god, now I don't even know. What was the? Now I don't know what the list of events is. Because we just had Fleece. I mean, it should be green grass. We get another green grass, right? Didn't they say green grass is the one? It's green grass's final round. Okay. So, not Narak, he's an 8. Ayla's in 10. Right? No, 9. Ayla's in 9. We already have a 9. Dang it. I'm really going to want Ayla. Okay. Dang it. Ayla's in 9. Melf is in 12. Or Kira's in 1. That's good information to know. Or Kira would be or Kira would absolutely be a pickup in the next event. Gosrick's in 8 as well, right? 8 or 9. Entreus is in 4. So there's our 4. So 4 would be Jarlaxle. 1 would be Orkira. So we're definitely going to pick up Cathris in... Or no, wait. Regis in 2. Regis in 2. Regis. I want Regis. It won't let me pick Regis. I can't do it yet. Okay. I thought people were setting that up before they even unlocked. But no one. So yeah, I think that's... Yeah, so looking at the next one, we don't know where Gale will be. We know Gale will we know where Gale will not be, and that's in a slot that already has an absolute adversary. But on this account, I couldn't tell. Gosrick 7, okay. Oh, Gosrick 7. Oh, that's great. Then Gosrick will be a pickup for Minsk. I just knew Gosrick was around here somewhere. So Gosrick will be here, or Kira will be here. We need Regis. Ayla's 9 with Mako's. So Rosie. We're getting Regis and Rosie. There. I made my choices, and it's because that's going to get me to split the party efficiently as I can manipulate it. with what's being presented to me. Yeah, that'll work. LG, I'm thinking what to do next after getting a Zaka. Dragon Bait. Baldur's Gate is still red. It will always be red until you go do something there. Yeah. So here's how the campaigns work. Like, when you first come over to them, like Waterdeep Dragon Heist, well, this one shows yellow, but still, this is difficult. It will always show yellow. It will never change until you get favor, because these difficulty ratings are solely based on favor. So my Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus is red. It will always be red until I actually go do it. So that's why you treat your first run in these as a deep run. You try to push and you get favor. And generally speaking, you just want to work your way down the banner. So you do some Sword Coast stuff and get dritzed, and then you bounce and you go to Tomb of Annihilation, and you get a Zaka and Dragon Bait. There's 2 champions to get into. Then you go to Waterdeep and get Alcoria, and then you go to Baldur's Gate and get Rhea, and then you go to Icewind Dale and get Xeraphon, Wild Beyond the Witchlight, get Blushi, Light of Xerxes, get Commodore Crux. Like, you just kind of step through them all. Skipping ahead is going to get you in... I mean, could you do it? Sure. But should you? Probably not. Oh, that reminds me. Dragon Bait. Dragon Bait's going to be in 11. Oh, Dragon Bait's going to be in 11. Right? Yeah. So, the timing wasn't great for us, but we're doing the best we can. It's a naturally occurring time gate for a random champion. Well, it's 3 random champions. It's 3. They pick 3 at random. At least one is someone you're guaranteed not to own. That's how natural time gates work. You get to 100k extra gems real quick. Slot 1 nerds? No. Can you do the Rosie Strix variant without Strix, though? No, you cannot. It just means I won't get to do all the variants. But I still get Rosie, and that still puts me on the path to split the party. Oh, they might lend you Strix. They might. That might be the fix. Because I remember people complaining about that when they went to go do Rosie's stuff because they didn't have Strix. Because the way it was originally is Strix was the year 1 and Rosie was the year 2. So in year 2 and 3, of course you had Strix. And then in year 4, you couldn't get Strix anymore. And I think the fix is that they lend her to you for that variant. We'll find out. Lurking Rider, because of the time change, Lurking Rider would be off schedule and I don't know, working maybe? I did Waterdeep first so I could fill my last spot for Split the Party. Still need to finish Tomb. Wow. Yeah, I guess you can do that. Waterdeep was, Alcoria's Unlock is work. But that's kind of, you're choosing to skip ahead for a reason. Just know that it's a little rough. It's a little rougher than it would have been if you'd stopped in Tomb along the way, right? Yeah, so I wish I could just go... just so I don't forget, I wish I could just go lock in Regis and Rosie right now. It won't let me. I would like right above this tiers, like first off, I would like year 1 champion, and then I would like it to say the event that it arrived in. Or maybe they put the event over here, but also over here I would like what seat there. Oh no, seat's over here. Oh nice, never mind. Then over here in this blank space up here, I would like them to put what event they originally arrived in. I know that these 6 came in Festival of Fools, but these 2 did not, and I would like it to say, I would like their little banner here. Like they have this cool banner now. Now put that here. Oh. You bought a bunch of golden... Oh, well that's Accelerant, that's, you paid to progress faster. So, yeah, that made it easier for you. I play through these when I do my new player accounts. They're free to play accounts, and in my experience, it's not that easy. It's just not that easy to skip around like that. Speaking of, we do have something I can buy right now. Chests for Briv. Buy. We got over 7,500 tokens, and that's all I'm investing in this event is Briv. For those who don't know, on my new player account, at limited amount of tokens, everything's going for Briv. I got dupes. Okay, we're hunting for that. We're hunting for that golden Theodinarax or epic. Excuse me. I need an epic Theodinarax. That's what I want. I don't know that I'll get it, but we're just gonna keep buying chests for Briv and Briv alone. Everybody else will get geared up. I got an epic on everybody from their variants. See, Dadius will get these 2 blues from whatchamacallit, Electrums. Dark Urge got an epic in his full blues, so, and they got a natural shiny. So that was super lucky, natural shiny. This is from the golden is from that from the code, and then this was from a potion of polish, and this was a natural shiny. I don't know why I keep getting natural shinies. Streamer luck. I don't get it on my main account. Ad break. Oh, I can close this. We got my main account doing my trials run offline. Check on that after the stream. Forgot to do day 1, so I'm trying to make sure I do well on the rest of it. Make sure I hit every other day. It'll be fine. We can our group can 4-person Tiamat, so I can miss a day and we'll still do okay. Oof, Tzior. And we're back from the ad break. I did get the potion of polish from Mars's 500th, and I'm holding on to it. It's going to go on crawl. Hey, Thalo. Twitch keeps logging you out. I don't understand. Twitch be twitching. Twitch be twitching. I'm gonna get my Briv level up. Finally got a wild offer for the Golden Epic for Slot 4. That's the one everybody's usually hoping on. Yeah. But yeah, it just always depends on how much they want to charge you for it. How much they want to charge you for it. They're gotcha. You consider this a gotcha? I don't consider this a gotcha game. I consider, yeah, but sure. I mean, I guess there's chests that drop gear. I guess that's is that the gotcha part? I usually would consider the gotcha games the ones that are like where the character, like Raid, where like the characters you're playing are the things that are tied to a random roll. Not so much the chests, but but yeah, having played other games, yeah, monetization here is pretty calm. Aeonis Draconis. Again, I play raid with a group of people from this community as well, and much different atmosphere. Closing in on a 3-jump Briv, nice Chaos. 8911. I am not. I don't think I'm that. I don't even think I'm 8911 for a 1-jump Briv right now. Yeah, I've played a lot of free-to-play games, and this is the friendliest one I've come across because, all the champions you can just go out and get for free. And you can target them. Not even just you can get them for free, like, randomly. It's like you can just go target them and get them. Like, anything that came in an event is in the time gate system, right? And then you can earn the evergreens fairly straightforward over time. All the gear. I mean, the only things that, that you can't get a lot of, and I just want them to add more of available to earn in game are familiars, but that's kind of it's probably their bigger money earner, maybe. I don't know. So they do offer a good number of them, but with Modern cores, you kind of need a lot, and then most of the skins in the game are cash, but I don't have an issue with cosmetics being cash. I also don't really have a big issue with quality of life, like the automation stuff, partly being cash. And they have enough discounts on occasion, sales for cheap familiars on occasion that it doesn't feel bad. Yeah, and then there's the codes. There's all that they give out 30 plus codes a week for free stuff, which is wild. You have a guide for a 3-jump Briv farm, Ludiath? Where do you put these guides? Does anybody made guides for like the stops in between 4 and 8 or 4 and 9? I mean, on your Twitch channel. Well, that's difficult for me to find. They need to go like. Did you make a post about like Ludiath's guide to Briv 3-jump and then put it on Reddit, or is it just a highlight on your Twitch channel? You gotta put it somewhere people can find it. At least link it. At least link it into the resources in the Idle Champions Discord. Something. People gotta find it. About how many gold chests is needed for 4-jumper? Oh, it's you don't open gold chests to get there. You use blacksmithing contracts. So to get it, if you have a golden epic Theurden Rex, so a golden epic slot 4, it's 3626. There's higher numbers if it's shiny or not gilded at all. I mean, you don't even have to advertise a ton, but you at least throw posts up with like a collection of any of your guides to Briv, right? Like make a guide to Briv, like a written one, and then put links to the different jumps that you have, and explain those too. And like, that's just one post, and and people could link to that, right? It's my game instead of a window again. I hate it when I do that. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I mean, I finally, I mean, I've been putting some of my video stuff up on YouTube for a while, but then on Sunday I decided to, I cut a bunch of stuff of these playthroughs up and labeled them and threw them up on YouTube. I didn't even do a good job of I didn't put explanations and things. I haven't tagged them yet. I haven't done any of that work, and I already have a bunch more follows on YouTube this week compared to any other week. I occasionally get follows on YouTube, and then this week it's like boom, bunch of follows. It's like, oh geez, I wonder why. So even I do my Twitch stuff, I make the guides, but like doing the things in all the places, it takes a lot of time. So I get it, but that's why I like doing written guides. I make that written guide once, I put it up, people can link it to places and share it. The key is putting it somewhere that people can find it and share it. It's not super easy in this community. I mean, there are people, when I post a guide, I'll post a reworked version of a guide that's been up forever, and people think it's a new guide. They're like, "Oh, it's great that you did something like this." I'm like, "It's I've had one up for years. It's been on this page, but they don't go to that page, right?" So it is a little hard for people to dig in and find things, which is why if you make something linkable and have your links, you can just easily drop links to things, and other people can easily drop links for your things. That's kind of part of it. You don't have to spam them or anything. You just got to post them. Like, I don't spam in the official Discord. I put the thing in the resources channel, and then I don't do really anything else. But that means other people can link, right? They can say, "Oh, it's over here," and then they can always link it in Discord more easily than having to go to the subreddit to find it. I never stopped it. Like when I first started and my Briv was an uneven, I didn't stop until I got to 4. I just ran an uneven jump Briv in Terror in the Dark. That was the best place I found back then to run an uneven Briv. No, that's that's what VIP's for, Lydia. I'm glad you remembered to get the VIP before posting it, getting yourself timed out. Although I do think you paid it twice, maybe? Hold on. Oh, no, that's dice. Okay. Hold on. Let me get dice. I just saw it come in twice. I was like, didn't you double pay again? But yeah, because honestly, I don't want to make Briv guides. I just don't want to do it. So having other people make Briv guides works real good, especially if I can then just link to them. Especially if I can just link to them, you know. Hey, Lightning Hawk. Absolutely. Done. Just run Mad Wizard Briv jumping? No, that's not optimal. Yeah. But hey, if you can get it to work, but not the greatest. So what I found when I was testing, and I mean, Lediath can chime in because they've done a lot more testing on this than I did. But back in the day, before I got to like an even 4 jump, my issue that I found would stop my gem farming was if I landed on a boss that was a melee boss on a level on an area that had ranged minions. Because what had happened is my champions would kill the boss, and then because I lost the boss power up that helped me kill the boss, I wouldn't be able to kill the minions, and I'd just get stuck. And so Terror in the Dark doesn't have any of those areas. Doesn't have any boss areas like that. So because you're randomly landing on boss areas, you can just randomly land on one because you're an uneven skip. Terror in the Dark worked for me. It worked smooth. It never got stuck, which was the big problem I ran into. Was it super efficient? I don't know. It was super efficient in that I never had to worry about it getting stuck. But beyond that, I don't know. But that was a long time ago. So, hot Briv take it to 4 jump and stop. I mean, that's what I did. But I mean, I still open chests after 4 jump because of the feat, right? The wasting haste feat. I've just never tried to go further because I don't want to not be able to open chests. But I think for most players in the game, it's a solid thing. If you're gonna, it's one of those things. If you want to put in a little bit of effort, I mean, with more guides, it's going to be easier for people to set up Briv gem farms, right? I think the big problem is that a lot of the guides aren't easy to find, and some are a little obtuse, right? Sometimes you read stuff and it's like, what, right? So, but yeah, I think if you can handle, if you look at Briv gem farming and you can handle like that type of puzzle to solve, getting to 4 jump, and and then not necessarily worrying about anything past that can be super beneficial for your overall game progress. Like your end game, mid to end game. It's not an early game thing. It's definitely a mid to end game thing. You're definitely in what I consider the mid game when you get to the point where you can Briv gem farm because of the item levels it takes. I think Zelleranth, I think now because of people finding ways to kind of stutter step their way past 9 jump, I think 14 is becoming more realistic. I think people originally were looking at what can you earn at a 9 jump consistently, but now people are finding ways to stop at 11 jump or whatever, and then that's increased the earn, and then you can more easily get to 14. So I think somebody will end up at 14, unless they cap him first. I'm still hoping on a cap. I'm the person that all the people that are above 4 jump, that are well above 4 jump, hate, because I'm like, just cap it at 4. I don't see what the problem is. Because I want to leave room for other things that might let you continue to earn gems faster and not just have it be Briv and only Briv. And putting the number of item levels that it takes to go to 9 jump on Briv makes him so incredibly strong for content that then you just then you never like then you just use Briv. Well, those people will dump items into Valentine, but it's just it just becomes a bit ridiculous balance wise. I must be the contrarian. I never use Briv. That's fine. I mean, I never use Artemis, so. Now I'm making extensive notes on my push team so I can figure out what I'm doing with leveling legendaries. I mean, I just level them. So, I mean, if your notes about like who's on your team, so you know who to do, that's what I did first. Beyond that, I didn't. I don't try to match the buffs. I try to get the buffs to the most generic thing possible, but I just level them all up, even if the buffs don't work, because eventually they will. Buffs from season events really make Briv Gem farm challenging. People say that, and I've always been like, like here's the thing. I think the more often I had to make adjustments, the more often I had to go in and be like, okay, I need to adjust my Briv Gem farm because the weekday or whatever. Like for the weekday and the weekend things didn't ever throw mine off, because what I did is I would set it with a little bit of leeway so that it wasn't just like the most powerful thing ever, like right on the edge. I would give it a little of a buffer, and then those would just kind of auto adjust themselves and they'd be fine. The seasons you had to make a different change for, but I found that refreshing, and also I found it that the more often I did it, the more consistently I had to tweak my Briv Gem farm, the easier it was. It just took less and less time for me to fix it. Whereas if you ignore it and don't change it for a long, long time, it's actually worse. Like, like that's then you kind of, it's not something you're used to doing, and it's a little more difficult. I don't know. So for me, having it be, every few months, I mean, the seasons were just, they were 70 days long or something. Wasn't that often. But yeah. Now the current event buffs, like these current event buffs, they've talked about how they're going to put a toggle on those so you can turn some off and on. And that'll be nice. But again, I just, you can leave yourself a little bit of a buffer, adjust your nodes for damage in your core, and should be fine. $14 jump is 4 million item levels. Yeah, that sounds about right. But there are people who finished all the content in the game, and that's, to them, that's the last. That's the goal they have. I don't think they can cap it just past where people have invested, because there's some people that have outrageous investments in it, and I think that's why they haven't done it yet, because they know, like, if they cap it in a realistic place, like 4 jump, they're going to have to change their rules for a full dismantle just for that situation for Briv. But then if they set that example, if they set that precedent, then people are going to want that all the time. And I think this is what's got them stumped, because they're like, how do we even do this? Because it's ridiculous. And there are people who are well past what they would consider acceptable item levels. So, I don't know. Is it fixable with the boons? Yes, it is. I think Lediath figured out that you take a couple, like a node or 3 off, and it makes up for like the fire breath potion. Something like that. I think 9 jump is probably the best spot for minimizing bad vibes. I mean, and I'm fine with that. I just don't want to see it above that. Like the idea of just introducing a feat that always flexes, like that always rounds down, is interesting. Or one where you can just where you can go in and numerically set where you want it to round down to is also interesting. but potentially difficult to make happen, right? Whereas just putting a cap at whatever the number is for a perfect, it would need to be perfect 9 jump golden epic, right? You wouldn't, yeah. If you want to do it for the golden epic. You just want to tell it, look, if you're going to participate in this, then yeah, you got a golden epic that Briv. And people will complain about that because they're like, but that means we have to spend money on the game, and it doesn't. But they'll complain for that. They'll complain that way. I mean, I'd be fine with 9 jump. I just think 4 would have been the original. Originally, I think 4 would have been a great spot. It would have been pretty healthy for the game. 9 is not super healthy. Anything beyond that is them just giving up, like throwing their hands in the air and giving up. Is what it feels like. I need to spend some more time on my Modron cores. I think I've invested too much in the cores I'm just using for background. Oh yeah, if you have anything other than automation in the background parties, doesn't need to happen. Yeah. Like I said, on my main, I just have all of my cores have a saved loadout that is just automation, and then they have a second loadout for the ones that I actually use to push that is fully piped out, and I just switch between them, and that way I can share whatever I'm not using goes automation only, and then whatever I'm using can go fully loaded, and I can just share my pipes across my whole account. I think it's like a feat that rounds down the last 100% for 50k might be the best solution with a cap. I think like if they made Briv a featured champion at some point, like a rework, or when they get around to giving Briv his reward, like this tier 3 reward, that feat, yeah, that's the feat you'd want. You'd want either a feat that locks you in at 9 jump or lets you round down, right? One of those two things. That should be the reward here. I also think, I know they said that they're only doing these rewards for the featured champions, and they're not going to do them for all of these. That needs to change. Like, I'm fine with this first event. They only did the rewards for these, but they need to start doing more rewards, because there's no way. There's one rework champion a month. You got 130. This is the 133rd champion. So there's still, and then they reworked this one. So there's 131 champions that still need this third reward. And under this, if they just do it with the rework, that's 131 months from now. Nope. That's not acceptable at all. That's not acceptable at all. This first event, sure. Because they, this came pretty quickly on the, this and collections all came out. I get that they didn't have the time. Fix it. Find the time. Otherwise, this system doesn't work. That's a big negative to this system. If you're going to make people wait a decade, over a decade, 11 years, basically, to get the third reward for everything that's already in the game. Well, that's not true. It would be a little less than a decade because it doesn't. Well, it'd be about a decade because it doesn't count evergreen champions and core. So it'd be like 9 years. You get the idea. It's a problem. Yeah, save formation. Oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna make us in. Although I guess I should just save it with Dritz, but. I'm just going to go back to Dritz and get me some more money. I should even just do this. Archon has I got an epic on Archon, and it's for his gold find item. Like, such a stupid item, but if I put Dritz and Archon in, I make more money. I'm at E10, 271 E10. Whereas if I go back to this actual formation, I'm down at 9 EO9. So I'll take what I can get until I need to actually push hard. I don't think I'll need to actually push hard, honestly. I just got to get to 150. Just gonna get to 150. What's not acceptable? That we have to wait 9 years for. Under their current plan, we'd have to wait 9 years to get the rewards for the tier 3 and 4 rewards for event champions, because they've said just where we'll add them as they become reworked champions. That doesn't work, because that's 12 a year, and there's a lot of champions. I mean, the system. Oh, there's an ad break. There's an ad break. We'll be back. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors. Oh boy. What we got? We got another code? We got another code. All right. Nope. It doesn't. What? Somebody left off a. Oh, maybe I left off a. There we go. Nice. Nice. About 30 seconds we'll be back from the ad break. I'm just cruising right along. Oh, do I have my chest? I do. I do. I'll pop that when I get back from the break, too. Alright, we're back. So, I might just be missing something, but I don't see how the system isn't working if not every champ is tier 3 and 4 rewards. It's not the system, that's the event system works. Their plan to only add them when they get reworked doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me. Because that means it's going to take like 9 years for them to add a special unlock feat and a reward and have like that, give you the rewards for doing the hard work of getting to tier 4 on those champions. That's way too long. And I know their idea was, well, or the argument for it was, well, if we rework that champion at some point. But look, it's fine if you figure out who in the next year you're going to rework and just don't do theirs. Do the other 80 plus. Like, it's going to be a long time before they're ever going to see their stuff. So just get it done. Get her done. You've freed up time by getting rid of seasons. You don't have to do that development. You're not reworking 4 or 5 champions at a time. You no longer have the game on Switch. You don't got to support that. There's some dev time, although one is design and the other is dev, but you've freed up dev and design time. Get her done. Get her done. Come on. Oh, we got a gold chest. Let's go open the gold chest. A blue for Jamila. Well, hey, Onyx. Well, I mean, hey, it's another blue. We're trying to wipe all the greens off the map, so it's another blue on that quest. Delana needs 1. What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If we count Delano, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20. I'm not counting Daddies. 20 from the core and evergreens. So 20 more gold chests, so 10,000 tokens until full blue. Right? That's math, right? Yes. That's a lot of tokens. And right about now, I'm wishing, once again, I'm wishing that for the rewards, they hadn't given us corrupted gems from the collections. Instead, they'd given us green gems for the starting stuff. Like this. What does this do for me? Nothing. Nothing. So I managed to finish the adventures and turn a fortune's wheel with a gold-oriented team. Cool. Where does that place me in terms of game progression? I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I don't know, like, have you done all the variants in the game? Like, you say, oh, you haven't finished Light of Xerxes yet. So, I mean, once it's like if you've done all the base adventures and variants, or most of them, and you're heavily into doing like trials and patron variants, then you're kind of in the end game. That's the current end game. Mid game kind of starts when you start doing trials, in my opinion. That's when you've opened the door to end game power. You're kind of out of the early game, and you're done. Like because it comes right at the end of Baldur's Gate. That's the first place where favor isn't going to give you power anymore like it has, but up to that point, and you need to get power from all the other places, your Modron's cores, your patrons, your legendaries, right? To me, that's that start of having to get power somewhere other than favor and just getting your characters to blue gear. That's the mid game. Like that's you're into the mid game at that point. End game it feels like you're just like you're heavily into doing patron variants. That's really kind of what current end game is, and higher tiers, working your way up to the highest tier of trials. Like you're in the top tiers of trials, and you're doing primarily patron variants because you already did all of the storyline adventures and all of the base variants everywhere. So it's like you're right on the border. I feel like you're in the mid to end game transition if you're getting there, because end game really is just time to do all the variants, like all the patron variants. Daily savings time, we don't get a new slot until 4 p.m. Eastern. Huh? Oh. So they didn't change their clock at CNE yet. Okay. Well, that's fine. I hadn't noticed that. This is why I was like, everything's going to be off for a while, but like they've changed their. Oh no, their streams are. They've changed their streams, but not their server clock. That's a little confusing. Somebody they have changed their streams, right? Because I've got a stream tomorrow, and I don't want to show up at the wrong time. Does Half Elf Reborn count as Half Elf? Yes, that's why it's Half Elf Reborn. Like they're Half Elf. Yeah, so they would be in the half and half for potpourri or something. Yeah. The Spelljammer Briv skin new? Is there a new? Maybe maybe I need to reload. I don't know. I don't see anything. Oh, I mean, it is a stronger pit. I think that if so, we're talking about the not having the rewards here. I think a big part of this tiered system is these rewards. Having a feat that is only unlockable because you finished tier 3, and then like a tier 4 kind of cake topper reward To me, this is a big deal. To me, this is a big part of the event rework in terms of the rewards for the effort you're putting in. Because putting in, I mean, I like that we get a gold chest for every variant, but I don't have, like, I've all my champions are full epic. I don't give a shit. I want this stuff though, sure. Like a cool feat that I can't get any other way, and then an extra little bonus item. Yeah. So if they don't do this for any of the others for 9 years, some of them will take 9 years under this current system. No. Yeah, that was a bad. That to me, that's a bad choice. When you look at this, well, how long will it take us under this guidance to get everybody the cool rewards that these others have? Oh, 9 years. Maybe we should come up with a different plan then. Like, I don't understand that. Yeah. No, I don't think you're a problem, Supply. Yeah, everybody can have their own opinions. I'm just saying, for me, I just think I think that's a bad decision, a bad design decision. One of many. There are a lot of bad design decisions in this game. That's just one of the most recent ones, right? But I think it's a problem if they wait that long. Yeah. Or start an hour early. Okay. Cool. But yeah, I mean, hold on, I'm gonna restart just in case. Yeah, to me that's one of the kind of key rewards in this new system. And that it wasn't in there, like that was a question on Div Insights. Where, like, I was like, why didn't we get the others? Like, a lot of people were asking that. So, and they're like, well, I think it's this, and I'm like, okay, I can get from a, I kind of was like, okay. I mean, your argument makes sense, especially because it's brand new. But then I sat with that argument for a while, and I was like, no. I thought about the time it's going to take to deliver that stuff, and no. So yeah, these are new. Launch discount. Spelljammer Pilot Brivskin and Feet Pack. $9.59. Oh, it's considered an event pack. Interesting. Spelljammer Regis, also considered an event pack. So they're going to give you a penance and a boon tier if you don't have that. If you don't have your boon tier maxed out. For those of you who care about boon tiers. Yeah, 45 minutes. All right. All it did is update my store. I reloaded just to update the store with the new stuff. That was it. These are never going to offer me anything. Such a derpy picture. 500 gems away from another support pigment that'll sit in my inventory for a long, long time. New Briv feet? Oh, I didn't even look. Oh, I may have just set off my allergies. Doesn't that make him 100% chance to taunt? Doesn't it start at 50%? That's... Yeah, I set off my allergies. Alright, I gotta turn the cam off while I blow my nose, and for like the next 5 minutes, I'm just gonna be bad. Oh yeah, I can't stop sneezing. I will mute and we will pause. Okay. I think I'm back. There we go. Ugh. Man. It's one thing when, my nose runs or something. Whatever. Minor allergy issue. But I literally will start sneezing and not be able to stop sneezing for a while. All right. Okay, so the Briv taunt is only 20% to start, so that feat will take it to 40%. It was Karlach that had the bigger feat, not a base taunt. Okay. All right. Slots became available for... Oh, they did. Okay. Regis. I choose you. Oh, interesting. Then they go half and half. Oh. Huh. Huh. Because they want you to know that they're there. So you don't have to scroll. Oh, that's kind of smart. Okay. Okay. Well, once we finish this, we will dive into Regis's free play. Or adventure. Unlock adventure. We don't need the gold find anymore. We just need to finish this off. Let's go. Looks like one of those bot streams with that gar in it. I never go to those. Like, it looks like they're just playing 24 hours a day, AFK. Like, I can't. I don't know. I don't see the point in watching that kind of stuff. Once upon a time, there was a Twitch Plays Idle Champions. Do people remember this? Does anybody else remember this? Was this a fever dream of mine in the early years? No. There was, I'm pretty sure once upon a time, there was a Twitch Plays Idle Champions. And it was a little bot they built so that you could do stuff in chat to level up champions and build formations and stuff. Is this a fever dream of mine? Wasn't that a thing? Somebody tell me that was a thing and that wasn't just... Hold on. Hold on. Oh no, I can't ask them because they're on a stream right now. Okay. I just went to ask because I swear that was a thing in like year 1 or 2. No, yeah, Sean confirmed there was. Yeah, okay. I think it just became one of those things where it was before Sean was working here, but it was one of those things where it didn't get a lot of traction with the community, and it would have taken, it takes effort to keep up a bot like that for as they add new champions, and so it went away. It went away. Cole sneezed themselves into hysteria. No, yeah, it was like year 1 or 2. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was. I'm not saying it wouldn't. It was just, but it didn't get a lot of. I mean, back in year 1 of this game, it's a smaller community. Yeah. Using a spec potion doesn't reset the Dark Urge's alignment. Ooh, interesting. Maybe that's what people are running into. I've seen people talking about the alignment on the Dark Urge going lawful good and staying there. So yeah, submit tickets for that. But yeah, now with with all the champions in the game and everything that you could do, like Twitch pipes and Modron core. I don't. That would be worse. It would be that would be horrendous. Yeah, even if it's a visual bug, it still needs to be reported so they can fix it. Because it confuses people, right? So just make sure if you run into that on your game, just submit a ticket while you're while you're looking at it, because then that takes a snapshot of your game in its current state, all of the information, and gives it to the developers with the ticket so that, they can maybe they can pull up a copy of the game, they could try to reproduce it, whatever. Mm-hmm. 4 epics for the Dark Urge. Nice, McTribble. I got 1. But I did get a natural shiny. So time to get Rosie. Rosie's going to be next, I think. Didn't I just say Rosie was going to be next? I think I did. Rosie will be next week's champion. Got Dark Urge all epic. I got full epic on my main. But yeah, I haven't unlocked any of the flex slots on my main account. I'm kind of like decision paralysis. I don't know what to do on my main account. So it's weird when you have everything. It's like, well, then where do I want to try to work up for this? And there isn't really and again, I feel like because they don't have any unique rewards, it's like, oh, gold chest. Well, they're already full epic. What does that do for me? Nothing really. So again, that's why I say I don't necessarily like this system where there's no rewards for all of these flex champions, because without something up here, why am I gonna flex them at all? Did I get Regis on this new account as it's a lower seed, or is Regis that helpful? Neither. Neither. Look, Regis is a lower seat. That is true. Regis is helpful. Neither of those are the reasons I got Regis. I got Regis because I'm trying to plan out my path to split the party. So, I looked at the next event. Well, neither of those are my reasons. Not that neither of those are things. So I looked at the next event, and Orkira will be a flex champion in the next event. So Orkira is going to be slot 1. And then so here, who was I looking at? I wasn't going to consider Strix because she's slot 11, and I already have the Dark Urge there, working on 2 champions in each slot. I wasn't going to do a Lindra because my first time gate is going to be for Krull, and that's the same slot. Wasn't going to be Tatiana because I already have Hitch in that slot as the second champion. Wasn't going to be Miria because we're working on Azaka, and that's slot 12. And it's not going to be Cathris because Cathris is in slot 1 and Orkira is in the next event. So I went Regis and Rosie. Rosie will be over here, and each of those will give me a swap. I'll get a swap for 2 and 10 this time around. Yeah. And so then all I need to focus on, I'll have Orkira here. I'll need to get a swap for 3. Oh, Antreus is in the next event, and that'll be for 4. So I'll need a swap for 3. And then Gosrick's in the next event. That'll be 7. I'll be done. So yeah, with this order, I'll need a second one in slot 3, and that'll have me at split the party. I went too hard on Dark Urge, 2 Goldens and all shiny. That's not too hard. You just went hard. Good. If you like Dark Urge, go for it. Eight jump Briv. Well, it'd be 9 jump Briv, but if I were to go for Briv, that's kind of on my list. It's like, well, maybe I should just go and put the rest of my tokens into Briv. I was considering Cathris until Until I saw that Orkira's in the next event. Yeah. So Cthulhu was on the table as an option. Yeah. We're going to see the next event. Achievements. Scroll down. The next one will be the last Greengrass. So right after Festival of Fools, it'll be Greengrass. So Narak will be available. Ayla. Ayla is... I mean, I kind of want Ayla, but I don't know. Let's see. Hold on. Ayla, Melf, Orkira, Gosrick, Ontreus. So I'm going to need to pick up Ontreus, Gosrick, and Orkira. So I won't get Ayla, unfortunately. But in general, for the next event, the 3 flex slots you should consider are Ontreus, Orkira, and Ayla if you don't have them. If you've got one of those, then Melf. If you don't have Melf, gets added on. Beyond that, I mean, Gosrick and Narak are both functional champions. Narak's ult isn't functional, but the rest of Narak is. But some of these events, to be clear, some of these events won't be happening anymore. It's just I know that they said that Greengrass does get one more turn. I miss not needing the visual aid Martin maze for these. Yeah, someone else was keeping those up. Who was keeping those up? Somebody in this chat was keeping those up, I thought. How does Briv increase jump besides epic item in slot 4? Item levels. I mean, item levels on that slot 4. Golden, gilding on that slot 4. Right. Yeah, there it is. The champion's visual aid. Yeah. But yeah, the calendar won't really work anymore because... Oh, look, no, it looks like they've modified it, so it does. It's got a modern look at the calendar. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so Festival of Fools has the Daddiest being brought in. But I don't see anything here to note which ones are going away and which ones are staying. I'd like some note right now for people. Like this is where they could bring back the retired phrase is put, whatever retired. Like this event isn't happening anymore, but yeah. Okay, we're done. That's all we were trying to do. How about instead of a DPS pigment and new feats, we had like a legendary potion, some temporary effect? Well, Dadius got a legendary potion. Or somebody got a legendary... Yeah, Dadius was given a level 3 legendary potion. Some temporary effects similar to the ones we had on season passes. There are buffs for the champions as you go through the tiers. There are buffs.